Okay, it is 8:16 and we are back into session. At this time, we are not taking any action on, it's actually supposed to be item 9 there instead of 11. Item 9 concerning the pool. And at this time, we will go into our city administrator monthly report. Council to hear and act on necessary on the following items. First of all, city manager's report.
Well,
Got
once
two
again, I
holes,
don't have anything prepared here
You
for
got the
this.
city hole done out there in front of the school.
We have gotten, some leaks fixed along with some boil water notices provided. And, we've got some OMDDs agreed to, fund, 2 10-inch valves to replace out on 850 to where we can kind of isolate the town if we have a problem with well number 5.
What's going on in the park?
Yes, we've got water lines started, some 2 and 4-inch water lines started in the park that will go from, Lake Shore right there at Skipper Honeycutt's house through the park, and 2 lines coming off, going to the community building and 1 other household. And then another line going up to the travel trailer park and into the golf, clubhouse, golf course clubhouse. And then a 2-inch line going across the baseball, across the golf course, connecting to the baseball field. So we'll interloop all that, which that will get we will have a 6-inch main tied together with an 8-inch main on Front Street. And, that'll get rid of all the old rotten lines in the park that's in the roads right now that keep breaking. And, we've got dresser sleeve after dresser sleeve in the park, in the roads where we can't even begin to think to repair the roads because of all the problems with the water lines. So we can get those water lines in the ground, then we can start, thinking on, repairing and replacing the roads in there and get some, a little bit better facilities going on.
How about the dollars generated by the golf course the past few months?
Running over 7,000, I know, that's what it was even in February,
It's-
wasn't it?
We saw reports, average probably around 5,700 a month for the past 5 months or 4.
Yeah, it's, and then,
Gross.
yes, and that's through the winter time, and, in February, it was like,
Last
can't
two,
remember.
last 2 or 3 months were 7,000, wasn't it? Even December. I think
February
seven.
was not
Oh.
7,000, but just last weekend,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
without taxes, we run nearly $2,000, and weekend before last was 1,700 without taxes. So, we turned away Sunday 4 individuals and 1 group from Tyler, because we couldn't provide the carts. They didn't wanna wait, we didn't have the carts there, so hopefully in the near future, we'll get some more carts for that and can kinda capture that money if they, somebody wants to be there. Which we see that already. I mean, to see what we've seen through February, a short month and rained out, and I wanna say it was nearly $6,000, maybe just a little bit over before taxes, so something to look at. Yes, sir.
March was like 4,800, I believe,
So far,
so far,
so that's
and that's with all the bad weather.
pretty good. Pretty good. And it's also kept our golf course mowed and looking good, and it's bringing people into town, and so something to hopefully continue on with.
Fred finally got his tractor in and 0 turns, so the city got their 0 turn back under because
Yeah.
on the building, the deed, everything's been signed on the building. Shane, you working on the internet, whatever.
The internet, and, we're gonna have to put in a new entrance right there at the entrance where the double doors are facing, Motley. We'll have to put in 2 more doors right there to create a lobby. And, so we'll have the wiring and that right there, and then a little bit of construction on the inside, not a whole lot. Your police department will probably require more money spent on it than the city side will. For some reason, they're always a lot more needy than the city.
questions y'all got? Okay, police department report, you'll find that on pages 17 to 22 in your packet, if you want to look. Brian, you have anything to add?
Not that I'll say in public, but I will later. I would like to inform the council that we did just accept, I just accepted 6 body cameras from ARC for $1. I just paid that out of my pocket, but they belong to the city. We are becoming more needy. I guess I'll agree with him in a sense, because a lot of the stuff that we have is becoming more outdated. And in order to keep the city manager and the public works department safe out there on the street while they're fixing all these water leaks, we have to have the appropriate, up-to-date equipment, so.
Dangerous out there.
So, anyway, there's some good things happening. If y'all call me next week, I won't be here. I'll be in McKinney at Chief School, so.
I think Brian said, next week he will be out, but as soon as he gets back, he's gonna line someone up to start this construction, what they need constructed.
And what I was saying, so we have a TLET system here, with our police department. That way we don't have to go through, we need criminal history ran, 27s, 28s. We can do all of that here before we can move. The state has to authorize that, TLET system to be moved because it's not ours. So Kaylin's getting that taken care of right now. We're gonna have to get in and draw some diagrams of the building and an antenna. There's a lot that goes with this, not to mention the evidence room that'll have to be completely moved from here to there. So in all honesty, probably a little more trouble for the police department, than it would the city side. So some of the things we're gonna have to get done fairly quickly. We've got some walls to build, some doors. We wanna make it secure when we get down there. You know, I wanna get the cart before the horse. I wanna get it done and then go when it's ready. So, but as soon as I get back, then, we'll get on that, and we've got some other stuff to tend to. So it's gonna be a busy next 2 to 3 months.
Got the Christmas EMS report, pages 23 to 25 of your packet. If there's any questions on that, anyone? Most of the runs were pretty reasonable. There were a couple over 20 minutes, 22, 25 minutes, I think, on a couple of them. I don't think those were life threatening though.
There was 0 life emergency.
Oh, you want, yeah,
No,
I'm sorry, you're sitting right, sorry about that. Blend, that's it, you blended in.
No, it was 34 total runs in the city, 0 life emergencies. The average time for all the calls was 11:13.
Okay.
There was some extended ones, and then there was several zeros. And I wasn't here at the last meeting, but the meeting before that, I think, or the one before that, I explained what the 0 response time meant. And that there was a walk up to the station, or we were at Brookshire's or whatever, and somebody came up and said, hey, I need some help. And so there would be a 0 response time.
Okay.
Because that call wouldn't get dropped until we called and said, hey, we have somebody dictating to us.
Mhm.
So that was a 0.
Okay. I'm sorry I missed you, so,
Oh,
any questions while it's there? Anyone? Okay, thanks, sir.
thank you.
Holden Fire Department, anybody out here, you have your report before you at this time? There it is. Oh, there you is. Sorry about that. I'm overlooking everyone.
Did Nick give you a copy of the,
Yeah, go ahead and run this down if you want to.
total calls in the city limit of 10? We had 1 grass fire, 4 first responder calls, 2 alarm system malfunctions, 2 unauthorized burns, and 1 power line down. We had 18.5 hours on the runs in the city. We had 5 burn permits issued and 2 days of training class. The runs in the county were 1 obstruction fire, 1 public utility would probably be a power line down, 5 first responder calls, 1 vehicle accident, 1 canceled en route, and we had had 41.5 hours on Rush County calls. Total man hours of responding, all for the city and county was 60 hours. We had 26 hours of training, and total runs within the district is 19 for the county. Total man hours is 86, and total members in the department are 16. Pretty much it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Mickey is, was not here tonight. He went to the ESD meeting. Their ESD meeting is the same time our council meeting, so he says he's gonna try to go back and forth, try to make every other one. And I think some of this pertains to him tonight. Catherine, would you like to give us municipal court? You need your papers up here, you got them?
Oh, I have it.
Okay.
Court is just being ran as normal, doing it about once a month. Just for the month, February, the court generated right at 15,000 in revenue, just tickets, fines, city ordinance violations. For the quarter, we're right at 22,000, just for the first quarter of the year. So, court's doing well.
And last year at this time was what?
Last year at this time, just for February itself, was just $6,000.
Now,
That's just for February.
60,
just so that everybody's aware of, this is not all proceeds that go to the city, it goes to the state
State,
and the city.
right.
yes.
Probably most of it to
Security
the state.
fund, court costs, all of the, there's 5 different funds that money is divvied up through, yes. So the city doesn't get it all.
Okay. Okay,
Do you have any questions for me?
any question?
Did the putting the name to the warrant list on Facebook? did that
Oh,
help
yes,
us at
the
all?
warrant roundup.
Yeah,
We did
go
a
ahead.
warrant roundup last month, and it was absolutely helpful. I mean, big, that's probably the majority of that 15,000 for February that the court brought in, was Chief Poole and his officers that were just being proactive and getting that out there and
Okay.
just executing that warrant roundup.
Right.
really.
Is this the second year we've had that now? Did y'all have that last year?
We did not.
Did not, so
I,
this first
I
year?
did, I came in February last year. Did you
First
guys
time
do
we've
that
had it.
last
First
year?
time we've had
I
it,
think
okay.
Catherine's
Good.
not giving herself enough credit for what she does up there.
She does a lot.
But, basically, what we've done is we've gone in and made public, like some of the other cities, if, we have people with outstanding warrants and whatnot, you know, they don't like seeing their name on social media, but it's gonna be there.
Oh, it makes a
So
difference.
they're coming up and
Okay.
squaring up.
Absolutely, yeah.
And those people out there get caught fishing out there illegally at the park, do they ever get up there and pay their fine?
I don't know, we did get
There
one,
one.
Oh,
we did make an arrest there the other night, though, one in there smoking weed.
Wasn't me.
And, my park guard is right here. He's got me on speed dial.
Yes, sir.
Well, if he put that rod down long enough to.
Okay. How about financial reports?
Connie's not here.
Connie's not here, so, you have to look at your finance. You got a question? Call her. You want a number? I'll give it to you.
or since she's a maid, we just have a special call meeting, make her come up
There
here.
you go.
Please don't.
So as of 2/28, it's still at 990,000.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
We did bust $1 million, for just a few days, and then,
Connie wrote all the bills.
we paid some bills, but, man, still a lot better than what we was
A year ago.
a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
Yeah, a year ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Very much.
A year ago, we read it.
And we'll go below that number, so don't look to see that number every time we come up here to city council meeting. For sure.
Next scheduled meeting is April 20th. Anyone feel like they can't make it, let me know. I was telling April, this doesn't pertain to the next meeting, but in May, we may be looking at kind of a beginning budget meeting. We began our budget way late last year. It was nearly in July or something like that when we began it. So what we're gonna do in May is maybe, we haven't decided, 30 minutes, 45 minutes early, just go over the existing budget right now and let Connie, if she got it, have it up to date and let her show it where we've fallen short, what we need to change before we start on a new one. We might start it when we will probably start the new budget meeting in June. But you can't figure a lot of that out until you find out how much money you got coming in. So, any exemption for next month? If not, I need one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, stand up and walk out.